Good afternoon. I'd like to come to you very briefly. It may not be as brief, but I want to give you a quick update on the Florida HomeTown Heroes program. That funding will become available on August 18th, and I want you to be aware, if you're not already aware, that this funding goes very quickly. So if you're thinking about accessing these funds, want to make sure that you have these things in order when you get to your loan officer. So what you'll need to do, first of all, you're going to make sure you have at least a 640 credit score, not below, 640 credit score for the HomeTown Heroes funding. Okay. Second of all, you're going to need to work with a certified, a qualified loan officer, one that's participating in the Florida HomeTown Heroes program. Not all lenders are. I have a list. If you need to know who you can choose, I have a list of loan officers wherever you are in the state of Florida. I have that information. Also, you have to complete that HomeTown. I keep saying HomeTown. You have to complete the home buyer's education. You have to complete that before you can tap into these funds. So it doesn't take very long from what I hear. You have to go ahead and do that. Also, you want to make sure that if you're first-time home buyers, because this is for first-time home buyers, you are considered a first-time home buyer if you haven't owned a home in 3 years or more. Okay, so if, say you owned a home 3 years ago and it's almost 3 years, you don't qualify. It has to be over 3 years to be considered a first-time home buyer. So I just want to give you that. Also, I want to give you a quick about eligible occupations. There's a lot, but let me say this because I want to read it, because a lot of people qualify and don't know. They think, oh, excuse me, I don't make enough, or my credit, my credit is real bad. If your credit is 640, come on, let's talk. So here, and I have several sheets here, but I'm just going to go over it real quickly. So what's required? Borrowers employed full-time by Florida-based, and we're going to start with the fire department, ambulance service, or hospital are eligible. Okay, and just a few. This is not an extended list. It's not an exhausted list. It's just a few occupations that are that they've noted here. So if you're a certified EMT, certified paramedic, firefighter, you qualify. But any employed full-time by a Florida-based fire department, ambulance service, or hospital, you're eligible. So like I said, this is not exhaustive. So you may be a dispatcher. You qualify. But your loan officer, your qualified loan officer, they will be able to tell you exactly if you qualify. Okay? Public service workers, you got to be employed full-time by a Florida-based local, county, state, or federal law enforcement department, juvenile detention facility, correctional facility, or emergency operations center. You are eligible. Listen, if you know someone that works with 911, the operator, the dispatcher, they qualify. Let them know. If they've been thinking about purchasing a home, let them know now's the time. Not to rush anyone into this, but these funds are available. The minimum person that applies for this loan, their credit score is 740. That's right, 740. Listen, if you're a correctional officer, correctional probation officer, juvenile detention officer, this is for you. Law enforcement, sworn law enforcement officer, local, state, or federal, you qualify. HomeTown Heroes is for all of Florida. Now, court employees, if you know someone that works in the courthouse, in the court system, assistant state attorney, what? They need help? You better know they do. Everybody needs a little help, okay? So even if they don't need it, they can access these funds. If they have a credit score of 640 and they're looking to purchase a home, they can tap into this. It doesn't matter how much they make. I mean, well, there's a criteria. You can't make over a certain amount depending on where you live, whatever county you're in. There's a scale now. There's a scale. So, but your loan officer will let you know. Okay, so an attorney, if employed by a Florida Supreme Court, District Court of Appeals, Circuit Court, or a county court in Florida, you qualify. You qualify. A court clerk, you qualify. Come on. And this is, like I said, I don't want to read all of them because there's quite a few, but I just want to let you know. Child care worker, borrowers employed full-time by a Florida-based licensed child care facility. Okay? So any worker at a licensed child care facility, if that's you, you qualify. 640 credit score, go in, talk with the loan officer and see how you can access these funds. You can get up to $35,000 toward close. You know, I was talking about the child care workers, those that are any worker at a licensed child care facility or worker at a licensed registered home daycare, you qualify for this funding. So I want to continue with this because I'm talking about eligible occupations that qualify for the HomeTown Buyers, HomeTown Heroes funding. So healthcare workers, borrowers employed full-time, and that's the key. You have to be employed full-time by a Florida-based healthcare provider, physicians, hospital, assisted living facility, mental health facility, or healthcare facility. You are eligible. Okay, you are eligible. So let's talk about nursing. You have your LPNs, you have your registered nurses, your nurse technicians, and that's just to name a few. Medical technicians, technician, a sonographer, cardiologist technician, you have a monitor technician, pharmacy technician, radiation technician. You are available. And once again, that's just a few. There's many. So get in contact with your loan officer. If you're working full-time and you're in this medical field, medical technician or nursing, let's talk with the loan officer. Get in contact with me. I can put you in the right direction. So medical therapist, occupational therapist, a physical therapist, respiratory therapist, yes, you qualify. These are just examples. There's plenty out there. So if you're working full-time with one of the ones that I mentioned earlier, get in contact with me. Also, we're talking about, this is Healthcare Workers Continue. If you're a mental health worker, if you work in a mental health field, behavior health specialist, a case manager, a psychologist or psychiatrist, yes, they qualify for this assistance. Guys, funds are available. You just have to know that you too can tap into them. Doctors, physicians, pharmacists, yes, pharmacists, you qualify. Physicians, physician's assistant, dentists, you qualify. Other healthcare workers would include dental assistant, a phlebotomist, patient care assistant, dental hygienist, you qualify. Okay? Working full time, funds are for you. Credit score 640. Let's talk about the school staff. What? The school staff? Principals, yes. School staff members, principal, assistant principal, maintenance, the janitorial staff. You qualify for this funding. You qualify for the down payment assistance and closing cost assistance. These funds can be used. Remember, up to $35,000. Minimum you can get is $10,000. You just got to get going. So if you've been hesitant about moving forward, give me a call. Let's get going, okay? There's so many houses on the market right now, and there's one waiting for you. I'd like to see you get into that home. Even a teacher's aide. So let's talk here. And like I said, I just went through these. There are a lot of occupations that are not listed that I didn't mention. But when you talk with your loan officer, they'll be able to guide you and give you that detailed information that you're going to need to feel confident that you can get this done. Lastly, military and veterans, all active duty or reserve service members of all branches of the United States Armed Forces, including Florida National Guard, the Florida National Guard, you qualify. You do qualify. Now, veterans employed full-time with a Florida-based employer who have been discharged under other than dishonorable conditions from one of the eligible military or reserve branches, you qualify. If only you knew how many times I had to take to do this, how many times I went over this. Listen, if you are interested in moving forward, I'd love to work with you. My name is Ann Christie with the Waikota Realtor Sunshine Property right here in Port St. Lucie. I can be reached at 772-626-3933. I look forward to hearing from you soon. If you have any questions about this, let me point you in the right direction. I'll be happy to connect you with one of the loan officers. I too have sat in the class and my name is on the list. So if you go there to floridahousing.org and put on the realtor, you'll find my name. I can guide you in the right direction. Say, well, I don't know a loan officer. I can help you out. Doesn't matter what county you're in. I have the information for you. So till next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Take care.